Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
How about that? What an opening. R2 is now rocking the house. Awesome, man. Awesome job. Want to welcome everybody in. We are Sunday Chat and Jam. It is 7/16/2023 at 5:07 p.m. Eastern. So let's get going. Let's get some boys in here and let's have a party. Let's go. Oh, he's already at the door. Let's get him in here. Mr. R2R3. How you feeling, brother? You all pumped up?
Oh, yeah, man. I feel like when first time I went on stage.
Right. You got the nerves out.
And you guys were like my band members. You know, you guys have been through it before. And then my band's like, hey, man, you're going to be all right up there, man? I'm like, oh, I'll be all right.
You can do it.
And then when the lights kicked on and I heard the first sound of my guitar, I went, yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. You had it all dialed in. It sounded great, man. It sounded great.
Man. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. We got a couple more waiting. Here they are. Let's get them in. It is the tag team brothers. It is Trev and John. Welcome in. Cheers, boys.
Great job, R2.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Let's get to the chat. See what everybody's saying there.
Hopefully it sounded good.
Gonna go up. We got Stephen Franklin. Great job. You left me hanging for the solo.
Yeah. Go on my channel. I do it, man. I'll do it soon here in the live. I have the whole track. I'll do it.
Got a bunch of comments on that. Sounding good, man. Sounding good. Let's go up to the top and we'll see who's here with us. Got a lot of chat.
Thanks, Graphite. I finally saw the wizard.
We had first in early with Stephen Franklin. Says he'll be in and out. We got GNC, Graphite and Cigars. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing good, man. We have an early Fruitcake Tony. Good to see you, Tony.
Awesome.
What's up, brother?
I want to say that the trivia last night, man, I got on a roll with the first two. Missed the second one, got the first and the third, I think. Then I had to step away. So when I came back, I was like, what's the score? So it's my own fault. I missed out. Good times last night on Fruitcake Tony's show. Everybody make sure you go over and check him out.
Right on.
Got the links down in the description, down underneath the video. We got Dan Gorman is here. Welcome in, Dan. Good to see you again. We got Miss Patty Dill. Welcome in, Patty. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Mick is here saying, hey, OU crew. Welcome in, Mr. Mick.
Woo!
We've got, who else we've got in here? We've got Stephen Franklin. I think we said our said hey already. We got John. Sean Hockey's here. Hello, boys. Hello
What's up,
to the
Sean?
crew. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Thank you, brother.
We got Hip Metal Works. G'day. Hey, cheers, everyone. I don't know why I said that with an Australian accent. It's not Miles. What's going on, Ken? Good to see you. Let's see.
On an island, so let's see.
We got Mr. Quentin James is lurking. He's probably laying in the bed.
What
Resting up. Eating bacon. Good to see you, man.
Quentin!
Joe Hervey, 84 is here. Welcome in. You wanted the worst. You got the worst. Me.
What's up, brother Joe? 6505, brother.
What is going on? Let's see. Fruitcake Tony saying happy Sunday to everybody. Let's see who else we got
What's up,
in
Tony?
here. Let's see. Scrolling. We got Mr. Ferd Burfel. Welcome in.
My man, how are you?
We got Patrick Trites. Welcome in.
Welcome, man.
This is right when R2 was starting to play. Woohoo! Let's go.
You know what? It was Eddie's speech. Sorry to interrupt you, man. When I heard Eddie, I was like, oh, yeah, man. Got to do it for Eddie.
Yeah. We got the Axe in. Welcome in, the Axe. And yeah, there he is. Graphite and Cigars says, thank the maker. R2 found the wizard.
Thank you, brother. You know
were
what it
playing,
is?
and I'm like, man, the force is strong with this one.
You know what it is, man. I think I know what it is. And Ryan, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's the sound of this.
Right?
When you hear the eye hooks and the clasps clank together, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. When I hear that sound, I want to play, dude. Anyways.
Trigger.
Joe Hervey says, is it really R2? No.
You noticed you
Says
didn't see his
that's
face,
right.
guys. Yeah, you still didn't see his face.
Still didn't what?
You cut out, man. What you
Still
say?
didn't see his face.
Oh, we believe him. We believe him now.
There's some other dude wearing the same shirt like this. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like, all right. I went like this. I go, come here, quick, here.
Quick. See, that's why I had to pull him off, when we do the intro, so that he could swap out real quick and come back.
My stunt double just went to go have a smoke real quick.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yep. Sean Hockey, have we said hey to Sean? Saying hi to Sean again.
Yeah, Sean.
We have the whole Under the Bus network, or at least the channels here. Probably correct. Yeah. Welcome in Under the Bus network. Also, another channel, if you haven't checked them out, they're a little risque, a little, 18 plus, but link is in the description. Check them out. A lot of fun over there with those boys.
My name is Chad.
We got Bocephus Mode is here. Welcome in.
Yeah, man, I'm in it.
Yep. Just this much more to 5150. Yep. See who else we got in here. We have Moondog Brian saying, sup dudes, welcome in. Good to see you. See who else. Charles 75 in. Caught a little bit of your show this morning. That's another show.
What's up,
Charles 75 in. Everybody
Welcome,
check
man.
him out. Good to have you. Let's see, who else do we have? Brian Mooney said sounded great. Sup dudes.
What's up, Brian?
Let's see. Who else is in here? Bryce Regal is here. We got bunches
dude.
showing up. We got Ed. We got 25 watching now.
Nice.
Fruitcake
man.
Tony says, oh, you went to anybody getting any of those new EVH guitars? I don't know, man. I don't know.
We can't disclose
We
that
cannot confirm nor deny what might be happening on this channel. I do have just something quick to say. We've got some interesting information, and we'll be going live at 8 o'clock Tuesday. We'll go just about an hour, so we're going to finish up before Fruitcake Tony gets started. We don't want to step on his toes, but we got some interesting stuff for Tuesday, so make sure everybody puts it on your calendar.
Yeah, right
Go
on,
ahead
man.
and hit the little bell icon. Make sure you get notifications, because you do not want to miss what we have Tuesday. I can guarantee you that.
Dude, can't
Guarantee you that.
Can't wait.
All right, let's see who else we got in here. I think we have caught up with everybody, so we are good to go, man. Anybody else jumping in, we'll try to catch you and say hello. So just real quick, everybody in the chat, we're at 918 subs. Thank you. Thank all of you. Again, we are pushing to that 1,000. So
Wow.
anybody anybody's that like guitar stuff, Van Halen, Pink Floyd, Trev's into the Metallica and the Judas Priest, and John, he's got some diverse stuff that he's into. We're all about guitar. We're all about doing what we love, which is playing the guitar. So anybody you know that might be interested in just watching us hang out and making fools of ourselves, then give them a link, and let's get this channel growing. We're happy to be here. We're having fun, and again, welcome everybody. So
Right on,
I
man.
highlight every twice a week. It's a highlight for me. Just to be
nice,
part of it.
yeah. So we had a little hang last night. We were having a conversation, and I was thinking that maybe we could just kind of continue carrying on a little bit with that topic. You know, we've kind of touched on a few things on the show before. You know, like what are some of the bands that when they come on the radio, you just turn them off. You just can't get into them. And some of the other stuff that music that just really hits you. You know, a lot of times in your younger days, that's when music really kind of shapes the type of music that you hear. That music that hits you when you're younger, and it kind of gets imprinted into you. For me, obviously, can you guess? You know who it was?
Nope.
You know, any idea?
Peter
You know?
Frampton. Peter
There
Frampton
you go,
for
Peter Frampton. You know, I was always amazed at his that 20-minute guitar solo that he did. What's the name of that song?
Do you feel like we do? Yes.
Do you? Yeah. Feel like I do, or something like that, with the talk box effects and all that. I always thought that was cool. But you know, bands that really hit me, you know, Van Halen for sure, one of them. Alice in Chains, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what molded, you know, my music taste. What about in the chat? What band, you know, when you were younger, just really hit you and kind of, you know,
We were
steered
calling
your
it the epiphany moment, where you,
yeah.
like a religious experience.
Yeah,
Wow,
that
what?
moment you heard that song or that one band that just gave you the goosebumps, made the hair on your neck stand up. You know, just that, oh man, this band is it. I'm liking this. So, what was it for you, R2?
I just heard the last bit of it. What band made my hair stand up, you said?
Yeah, when you're younger, growing up, the bands that you hear, and there's always that one band or that one song that just it hits you, that epiphany moment. Your hair stands up on your arms. You get goosebumps from the music. So
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Obviously, Van Halen and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath come to mind, but there was one song that my brother played for me, and that was literally the first time my hair stood up on my arms. Was hearing, "What is this that stands before me?" When I heard Black Sabbath.
mm-hmm.
When I heard that, oh my goodness, man! The first three notes of that guitar, dun, dun, dun.
So did you then kind of deep dive into Black Sabbath and?
Oh yeah, and after that, I grabbed my brother's LP of Paranoid, and I was trying to figure out why that guy was wearing red underwear on the cover of Paranoid, you know, with the sword. It's just really weird. But yeah, that was it, man. It was like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Van Halen. But that song, Black Sabbath, because what my brother did was he turned off the lights and he played that song for me. And what wound up happening is my mom didn't really like that music. What mom likes that music, right?
What's up, Andy Carson? How's it going?
What's up, Andy, brother? And so sometimes my brother and I had to listen to the record just by the sound of the needle. You know how you can still hear the music to the needle, and you can hear it. But my brother turned it up enough where I can hear it. And he turned off the lights and he goes, "Listen to this." And that just did it right there. Black Sabbath, man. The song Black Sabbath just literally made my hair stand up on my arms.
It's the J, a 7 over 8. Welcome in.
What's going on, Jay?
Fuck is going on already?
We got Bent Thomas joining us too. Welcome in, Bent Tom.
Tom, how you doing?
The purple top of that looks very similar to my 1996 Ernie Ball Music Man Axis. Purple top of this.
Oh no, I think because where is it? I had it right here. It's part of my background.
Oh, that purple Wolfgang. Gotcha. Very nice. Yeah, I was on the hunt for one of those, either that or a quilt. And then I think I mentioned it before that once I found this one, it just satisfied my need for the purple.
Yeah,
Wolfgang.
they're different purples, but that purple's cool, dude.
Yeah, this one is like deep and
The purple that I was looking
swimming in
for a standard PV, dude wanted like $5,000. I'm like, oh man.
yeah, they're getting pricey. Now some of it's softening up a little bit. Some of the prices are coming down. Quentin James says, I'm a child of the 60s and 70s, so all that singer-songwriter stuff is my jam. So you're talking like James Taylor. That's about the only singer-songwriter I can think of.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
There you go. Very cool. Tom says, Van Halen. Ferd Burfel is saying The Who gave him the shivers and goosebumps.
Yeah.
Bent Tom, 1980, at 4 years old, I heard Eruption on vinyl, and I guess that would do
Right?
it. That would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom, we're right there. Yeah.
J7/8 says Van Halen, Rush, Metallica, and Anthrax were his epiphany bands. Very cool. Mr. Mick, Led Zeppelin, for
Zeppelin.
sure. I think the first Led Zeppelin song I heard was I was in the truck with my brother, and we were going on a little road trip to go to a party, and he pushed in the Led Zeppelin tape, and I think the first thing I ever heard was, let's see, how does that go? Huh.
Yeah, acoustic.
My guitar's not working. What the hell?
Your battery pack, brother.
Yeah. Let me figure out how it goes first. So that was kind of my introduction to Led Zeppelin, and that was another, wow, what is that? You know, getting into the Led Zeppelin.
Back to school.
Joe Hervey 84 says it was Hanson for him.
Oh no.
Oh man,
Trev-
oh man. What
Trev
are we
just
gonna
got-
do?
Trev, you all right?
Yeah, I don't get buzzed by a bee.
We've been drinking for a week straight, so if we weird things, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I can watch it. I'll sort it out with the last day. Yeah,
Oh man. Charles 75N says for him it was Styx. I can remember back in the day my sister was a bit older than me, and she had the Styx album. And I want to say I just remember some eyes or something. Was there an album where they just had eyes kind of looking over something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember her listening to it and thinking, yeah, that's pretty good. But I never really was grabbed by Styx.
I think that's what it is, man. You and I and most of us had older siblings that influenced us with music. I mean, I had an older sister that was in the disco era, and my brother tried to cover my ears and go, "Don't listen to that. Just walk away. Walk away." But there was a lot of influence on that. But yeah.
Quentin James says, I have socks older than Bent Tom. We believe it. We believe it. Graphite and Cigar says Rush, Zeppelin, Sabbath, and Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There. Yeah.
Yep. Again, I can remember my sister had a Rush album with where they're moving the pictures, moving pictures.
Yeah, moving pictures.
So that was my first introduction to Rush. And then Tom Sawyer, of course, I heard that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's that band that she has the
Yeah, Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
that one got a lot of traction up here because of our Canadian content rules.
Right.
When the
Yeah.
Canada band makes a good song, it gets a lot of traction.
Yeah, for sure.
What did Gene Simmons refer to him as the Canadian Led Zeppelin.
I can see that. So Ferd Burfel is continuing with Grand Funk Railroad, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and Hendrix. Cool.
Yeah.
So Bent Tom says, my new friend Joe, who has been my friend for 43 years, new friend for 43 years. Okay. Took me to his house, and his uncle, who is 19 at the time, played us Van Halen 1 and made her sit on the couch and listen to it from start to end. Yep, right on. Joe Hervey, 84, Deftones.
Yeah.
Andy Carson, Van Halen 1 did it for me. Patrick says, I can't stand the Tragically Hip. I turn the radio off every time they are on the radio. So that was another part of our conversation. And I think I've said it before, and, send me the hate mail. I don't care, fight me in the comments. Just at least make some comments, The Rolling Stones, I just have never been able to get into them. I don't like their music. Their songs come on the radio, I change it. It's just me. So Stephen Franklin in 74, the visual of Kiss and their music got me into music. The song Watching You. A lot of people really into Kiss.
Yeah.
Just for that entertainment value. I can remember being a kid and knowing who Kiss was and just being freaked out by Gene Simmons. Yeah. Bent Tom, when he was little, not allowed to listen to Black Sabbath. Fruitcake Tony, the moment a band made my hair stand up was getting VH2 after hearing Dance the Night Away. There's been no looking back. Very cool, man.
All roads, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
All roads.
Ferd Burfel, Pink Floyd, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catholic parents thought that Black Sabbath was evil.
Yeah.
Well, Let's see. Quentin James says that purple quilt is giving me a Bonner Jams.
It's giving me a Bonner.
Let's see. My dad used to bang on my bedroom door and yell, "Turn that shit down."
Yeah, that's what would happen. My mom would say, "Turn it down." We'd close the bedroom door, "Turn it down." And we're like, "Mom, it's on 1." She didn't want to hear it. We had to turn it down, and we had to hear just the record needle. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
We got Kurt 5150 in the house. Welcome in, man.
Hey, brother.
Good to see you, brother. Hefe.
They're already starting up him and Jay in the chat. Ryan Fraley is here. Welcome in, Ryan. Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Graphite and Cigar says, when I was a young kid, I listened to my mom's catalog of music. We listened to all of the Beatles, Stones, Neil Diamond, Mamas and Papas, Janis Joplin, and a truckload of Irish folk music.
There you go, man.
Pretty diverse collection there.
Right on.
Some other bands that, I can remember piling into the car to ride to high school in. My friend, or my brother's friend, had a little Toyota Celica, and we would pile in there, and he would play Judas Priest. He would play some U2. He was real big into U2, and that was probably my first introduction really into U2. Some of the early first stuff. Yeah. And then listening to like the Joshua Tree of U2. That's another album that I immediately went out and bought. It was just so good. So good. Especially that song on there. I remember it to this day when I first heard it. It's called In God's Country.
Yeah.
Just the hair stood up and goosebumps. Such a good song.
Big time, man.
Kurt 5150 says Quentin James was a yacht rock fan in the 70s. Probably still is. High school was 80% Van Halen, 10% Jimi Hendrix, and 10% Led Zeppelin for Bent Tom. Not a bad collection.
Yep.
Let's see. Quentin says Bon Scott era AC/DC really got me into guitar. That's cool.
Yeah.
So we all have AC/DC to thank for Quentin coming on and doing his
Mark IV or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
Quentin, you probably had Jailbreak, right? Jailbreak.
That was cool when that finally got released, right? It's like, here's some old stuff that's new. Wow,
yeah.
my God.
Ryan Fraley says, I was 11 when I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit and was like, what is that?
Oh my goodness.
I think I was saying, what is that too? But, what is that?
I was in the early 20s at that point, so yeah.
Right?
Didn't really fit into what I was doing.
Eject from the console and do the old, right. Oh, there we go.
Bet Tom, Ryan, your rhythm and feel are great. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. And, the tone covers up most of everything, makes everything sound
No. You're I mentioned to you, I think last night, right? You're on point, right? You come in just behind the beat the way you're supposed to and push and pull when you need to. It's great. You got a great feel, man.
Get your
I
pull.
appreciate it.
Who's
Trev is
pull?
head banging. Yeah, Trev's always head banging, man.
It's R2's fault today. Love him for it.
Woo!
Now you're making me blush, Tom. I think one of the best guitar players on YouTube. I will stand behind the fact that I think I have one of the best tones on YouTube, and the little bits and pieces of songs that I play sound really, really nice. But there's way better players than me for sure.
No, excellent. You're an excellent guitar player, dude. That was one of the reasons why. What's the right word I'm looking for without sounding? I was attracted to you, and see, I'm careful with choosing those words wisely here. But the way you're playing your persona, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna get along. I go, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is
This is
awesome.
And that's what I love is that, I like sharing what I do. I like sharing what I like. And when it makes me smile and somebody else smile, or it inspires somebody to, I haven't picked up my guitar in a while. That tone sounded freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me pick up my guitar and play. That's what it's all about, just getting the smiles.
Yeah,
Well,
big time, man.
your tone inspired me to go from IRs to miking wheel cabs to having a wet rig that broke. So
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. See,
right.
I've done. Yeah. Thank you, and nephew. I've tried the Helix and some of the Line 6 stuff, and it sounds good, kind of in the headphones, but it just doesn't have. You don't get those overtones and those harmonics that you get from a real tube amp. And I was just like, well, why not? I'm not toting this stuff around anymore. Let's go all out with it. So
Big time, man. Do it.
I'm happy that it's inspiring people.
and those brief moments that we've had it together, it's just epic, right? I mean,
That little Saturday night improv.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
it was great.
Ryan Fraley says Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun, and Alice in Chains. Korn's first record was a banger too. Good
Yep.
stuff.
Good times, man.
It's funny you talk about having older siblings that kind of influence what you listen to. My daughter, when she was younger, riding around in the car with us, I would have Van Halen on, Alice in Chains, all the stuff that I liked. And on the radio stations that it would be classic rock radio stations. And, kids, they kind of get into their own little groove. And she's into, a lot of the older stuff. She's a big Korn fan. She walks around with a Korn shirt. And that's how I knew the answer to that question on Fruitcake Tony's Trivia the other night. It's like, I do this band. I'm like, that's Korn.
Yeah.
Because of my daughter, And I was asking her, I says, have you ever listened to any of this Alice in Chains stuff? And she says, oh, yeah, I like Alice in Chains. I'm like, yes. So she's got her own taste, but she didn't have any older siblings. It was me that kind of, I'm hoping,
Yeah.
but she's
Well, I was
into
the
some
oldest
pretty cool
too, so
stuff.
I had my buddy's older siblings
Mm-hmm.
doing the influence thing because I was the oldest. So you still get to it.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
for me, it was into the AC/DCs and the Iron Maidens and the Judas Priestes and the general old kind of, this is 82, 83. And then my one buddy goes to California on a vacation, comes back with Metallica's Ride the Lightning. We put that cassette in on the old, Pioneer full stack sound system, cranked it up because nobody's parents were home. Holy smoke. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it. Yeah. Yep.
Man, thrasher.
And thinking too, you know, and it's not, for me, it's not all rock music. You know, there's some songs like Quentin mentioned earlier, James Taylor.
Yeah.
I went out and bought his album of some of his greatest hits because I was so impressed with his songwriting, the melodies that his songs carried. You know, so I'm not, you know, all a rocker. You know, I'll put some of that stuff on. A lot of times when I'm at work, you know, and I just want something background, I'll put that on my iTunes and listen to that, you know, while I'm working. Peter Gabriel, you know, In Your Eyes, man, I heard that, and it was just phenomenal stuff.
I think Eddie was influenced by Peter Gabriel, wasn't he?
Who?
Eddie. Eddie Van
Maybe.
Halen. Yeah, I believe he liked that album So.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
great album.
Yep. Let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Bent Tom finally got my Red 7 from Italy.
Oh, cool.
Let me know how that works out because my rain back there is a bit dated, and I've been curious about that Red 7. So let me know how that thing works out.
Yeah, the rain's good, dude.
Yeah, but you know, I'd like a little more versatility out of a modern mixer. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious. Ryan says Ball Tongue is still one of the heaviest songs I've ever heard because of the melody. Korn using the universe models from Vi was the beginning of the extended range phenomenon.
Right.
Graphite and Cigar's first Rush tune was Fly By Night.
A good one.
That was good. That album cover freaked me out. It's a good one. with the owl.
Tom, I don't know if we can help you with that. Let's see. Scott Brockaway is here. What's up, dude?
What's
Good
up,
to
man?
see you. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see what else we have here. Scott says, what was the question? Basically, your epiphany moment of band or song that you heard that just blew you away, made your hair stand up on your arms, gave you goosebumps, and you were just like, this is what I like. This is it.
One of the top ones for me was The Wall from Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid, and you're listening to, you know, Bring the Boys Back Home. You just, oh my God. You felt like you're in World War II. It was just epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ryan says, Stones are okay, never invoke strong emotion. Yeah, me neither. Fruitcake Tony was also a Kiss kid. Very cool. Let's see. Bent Tom says, I think that's why Women and Children First is my favorite album because it came out the year I started listening to Van Halen. Very cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got that 8-track.
Quentin James says, I have never learned one Kiss song.
Come on,
I don't think your Digitech XP360 can handle it.
You never did the cover gig thing there? You always had to do rock and roll all night and that nonsense.
Yeah, Quentin cried to Beth.
Scott, he says, for me, it was Bill Haley, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Cheap Trick, and Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
A lot of diversity in the chat here. I like it.
Yeah, Emerson, Lake, and
Joke
Palmer.
Riddler, welcome in. Good to see you. He says
up, mate?
that first hearing the Beat It guitar solo got me hooked. Very cool. I think somebody knows some of that, don't they? R2, do you know that, or just the riff progression?
I got the riff, the solo. I maybe played it once and then got to relearn it again.
Got that part down.
You got to do this. You know, 'cause my eyes are going bad, and so somebody in the chat said, "Oh, you got me, man. I wanted you to play the solo to Out of Love." I had to like blow it up.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's right on.
Because I couldn't see the tablature. I'm like putting my glasses on. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Ryan Fraley says, Kiss brings entertainment value to rock even in the 90s. It was a huge deal when they returned to the makeup. Yep. And I think that's what it's all about. You know, Has there been some talk that Kiss will have new members that replace Paul and Gene and carry on, as Kiss for generations to come?
Right.
I mean, is that their ultimate plan?
That's what Gene's thinking, because
Yeah.
he's thinking cha-ching.
Yeah.
You have it like anybody have the cha-ching sound effect? Cha-ching.
Cha-ching? No, I don't have that one. I do have this one. Though. Oh, excuse me.
That was
our buddy. That was our buddy last night.
Poor Andy. Shout out to Andy.
Yeah.
Cheers, Andy. Hope you're recovering well.
I did send one of these guys a WhatsApp message the other night with that sound.
Are you pulling up? Oh, you.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I can't brew one up right now.
Ryan says, my generation was more of the generation that started shifting towards riffs and breakdowns, for what it's worth. Michael B. Live is here. Welcome in, man. He says, greetings, Guitarlians, cooking and listening. Love the YouTube.
Yo,
back,
man.
Yeah.
okay.
I remember when we had Michael B. on the show, and I just started playing a couple of riffs of the Bad, and he just breaks out into singing. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
U2 is fantastic, man.
Yep.
Patrick says, my mom listened to cool music. She had Beatles and Bachman Turner Overdrive records. Right on.
Yes.
Tyler Johnson guitar. Dude, is that you that's playing in your Instagram clips? Because if so, I want to give you a big, huge shout out to the Cathedral clip that you did. Woo. I just watched that in awe. My jaw dropped. And I thought to myself, I got to step up my game. That was fantastic. So, big, huge round of applause to Tyler Johnson guitar. If you have not seen that, go check that out. That is just phenomenal what you did with that Cathedral, man. That was just literally. I was in awe. So
He's looking at all of us like, you amateurs.
Yeah. I'm sitting here like, sounding like crap. And dude, go watch it. If you haven't seen it, check him out on Instagram and watch that. That Cathedral clip that he did. Just phenomenal. Way to go, dude. That was just awesome.
Excellent.
Michael B is still a yacht rock fan. Stephen Franklin says the 70s TV had Hee Haw, Roy Clark, blew my mind as a youngster.
I mean,
Now-
Roy Clark. Woo.
Now we're talking about stuff that stuff that we liked, okay, but we're talking about stuff that really, really, really hit you and literally gave you goosebumps. Or like John said last night when we were talking, a song that you heard that made you cry. Something that moved you that emotionally.
Cemetery Gates by Pantera, that made me cry. No.
There we go.
No, it didn't.
Well,
It didn't.
He's
Go
talking
into my history. Another song.
if he's talking about TV shows, there's one individual that gave me goosebumps was Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Well,
I remember her playing guitar though.
we're not talking about those kind of little goosebumps. I can remember as a kid watching the Live Without a Net, and I would always go to the guitar solo, and just watching the joy that he had for the music that he was playing, the melodies that he was making, the sounds that were coming through, and the way that they were hitting. Man, they were just, to me, it was so moving. That's why I just love Van Halen to this day. It's just such a religious experience almost for me. So
Yeah.
we're talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah, like when I heard Brothers in Arms for the first time from
Beautiful.
Dire Straits, that ending is playing all the way through. I'm fucking getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's just that it'll never be topped.
I thought Trev was touching your leg.
I don't like it.
What was the one song off that album with the saxophone? Because I
Your
remember.
Latest Trick.
Yes. Yep.
The taste
Yeah.
of the guitar, eh?
Oh yeah, just that whole album was just fantastic. I think I actually have that right over here somewhere.
It has a distinctive tone. I mean, when you hear Knopfler play, you know it's Knopfler.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%,
He's a big
100%.
one.
We got Zach Thong joining us. Welcome in, Zach. Good to see you.
What's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach. Good day, eh?
Quentin says in the 90s, everyone went from wanting a Jackson to wanting a Mustang or Jazzmaster. Yep.
There was that transition.
That's true.
Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah.
Let's see. And Tom says all about feel.
Yep. 100%.
There we
Even
go.
something a little more. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that's right on, Tom. That's what I love. Just encouraging and inspiring people.
The Queensryche album, Operation Mindcrime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much excellent guitar work in there, and the drumming and the bass is killer. And of course, Jeff Tate was just killing it, right?
Good stuff.
Love Queensryche.
Graphite and Cigars says John spent $7,000 because of Ryan. That's why EVH needs to get a hold of me and give me some kind of some spiffs or something here. I mean, come on. Roadcaster owes me. EVH gear owes me. Come on. Let's go, people. What else is going on in here?
Over here.
Fruitcake Tony says, I see you're somewhat into Pink Floyd. That's one of my top bands for sure. For sure.
He doesn't like Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Definitely,
Easy.
Gilmore is a huge inspiration for me.
Big
And it's funny because I mentioned this last night too when we were talking, is that when I was in the band that I was in doing originals, a lot of my guitar work for solo lines and whatnot were heavily inspired what Gilmore would, with what he would do. He would hit the chord change note, and then embellish on that. And that's a lot of the style that I did, just based on. I actually have a few of his licks that I stole too for some of my solo stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who hasn't stolen from Lord Gilmore, as I refer to him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What
Oh,
the?
bless you.
Whew. Bless you.
Mr. Franklin is asking how you guys are holding out. Is there any alcohol left in Canada?
They have
No more
it.
fountain water left out here. But, still got some barley sandwiches, some delicious hard iced teas.
Yeah, I've been liking those mics, man. Black Cherry Mike's hard lemonade's really good.
Ryan says he found Van Halen through MTV, the Right Now video. And then folks at school were like, buy their old Roth stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. My buddy Joe's uncle got us into Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, all that good stuff.
Right on.
But which of it, like I said, just really, really made your hair stand up and gave you the goosebumps on your arms? Let's see. Oh, what happened? R2 disappear? There he is.
I'm here.
No more tornadoes. Damn it.
Joe Hervey 84 says, as a kid, the Beastie were always on. Beastie
Yeah,
Boys?
the Beastie Boys, yeah.
Right?
What you want?
Kick it.
I think
You gotta ride.
their first album, obviously Fight for Your Right to Party, that was the big thing back when we were in high school. But when they came out with Paul's Boutique, I was like, yeah, this is really pretty good. With the way that it starts out, with that bass doom, 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 to all the girls,
Oh, yeah, man.
some pretty good stuff on there.
Yeah,
It's
Beastie Boys.
interesting, for a bunch of white guys that really got accepted into that kind of community, right?
Right.
And it was because it was them. You knew it was Beasties as soon as it started going, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Very distinct.
Joe says always had the Beastie Boys on.
Yeah, we're good for sure.
Terry Intergalactic.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Who's this?
Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Sean Hockey says, "Hey, you ever really listen to Jason Mraz, especially his non-hit radio songs? Pretty
Yeah.
talented human." I have to be honest, I don't really know who that is.
Good stuff, man.
Should I know who that is?
It doesn't ring a bell for me.
Yeah, he's got a couple hits.
Let's
Two
see.
hit wonder.
Run a fucking diesel engine all the
So Tom's talking about that mixer. He says it has a bunch of different loops, so you can do one loop for clean, wet, dry, wet, another loop for dirty, wet, dry, wet. That's cool. It's
It's the ultimate
So I guess-
parallel.
So yeah, you need 6 4x12s.
Yeah, Ben Tom says he has
Good.
5. He has 5 cabinets.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you just need one more.
Well, go drive over there. There's one cabinet right behind these guys.
See, this is something else here too. He says, for about 10 years, I listened to Dark Side of the Moon every night while I fell asleep. I would do the same with music that I was listening to when I was younger. I would put the headphones on, plug it in, and just go. Wake up in the morning, the headphones are all around your neck or, underneath you or whatever. But I would do that quite a bit.
It's funny when I was, 14, 12, 13, 14, I had a bed with a bookshelf or some shit in it. And it put like a boom box. And I would position my head between the two speakers and it would be, the wall for a month straight. And then it would go on to Romeo and Juliet and the old Knopfler stuff.
Yep. Patty Dill says another one bites the dust. So Queen fan. Let's see. Charles, Dr. Fabric, says Pink Floyd was the real awakening for me. Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
That was, as a kid, I had heard, some of the Wall, we don't need no education, all that.
Yeah.
But the first album that I was introduced to, and a lot of times, like I said, it was like on a road trip. I remember we were coming back from, I grew up about an hour out of New Orleans, so we had gone to the Jazz Fest, and I kick myself to this day because Stevie Ray Vaughan was supposed to be playing at this Jazz Fest. And it was hot. And it was nearing the end of the day, and we were about to pass out. And I was like, I got to go. So we left, and on the way home, we listened to Dark Side of the Moon. So that was the first kind of introduction to that. But shortly after that, we learned that Stevie Ray Vaughan had died in the accident. Yeah. So I didn't get to see him. So that was one of those kick myself moments.
Yeah, man. I was supposed to go to that concert.
Patty Dill says Pink Floyd, Cheap Trick, and Aerosmith are some of her favorites. Very cool.
Excellent.
Graphite and Cigars, Toys in the Attic was a big album for me too. When I heard the song Sweet Emotion, that was like instantly one of my favorites. That riff that it opens up with is just so good. So good. It, I think, when I was in high school, what was the one with the truck and it had another truck on top of it? Pump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the first Aerosmith that I purchased.
That was a great album too.
It was. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I liked it so much, I went out and bought it was like a greatest hits CD or something, the one with the red on the front with Aerosmith on it. So
Another big one. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, if a band can get me to buy their albums or their CDs or whatever, it's pretty good stuff for me.
The big one for me was Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham era.
Yeah.
Just epic.
Dude's a beast.
Like his guitar playing, like when he's doing some of his finger style, or even like Big Love is the one that comes up because it's so technically challenging, but it just raises the hair, right? And then he's singing on top of it, just ripping it. But their tunes, like all their tunes, were great.
Good stuff. Cool Breeze, welcome in, Cool. Good to see you. Got a question. He says, would 2 more pitch box work coming out of the Boss SDE 3000 EVH to achieve the -8 cent, +8 cent on wet detune? Looking for a more budget-friendly way to achieve the detune. I don't have any experience with those, and I don't have any experience with the SDE 3000 pedal, other than when John was trying to hook up. But I can tell you that I run the detune or the micro pitch first before it goes into the delay.
Yeah.
So
Always.
your mileage may vary with trying to do it after. I know that there is an effects loop in that pedal, correct? So you could probably do like a Boss, what is it, the PS6?
PS6, yeah.
You could put that in the loop, and it would give you
Used to have
a
that.
pretty good approximation. You wouldn't be able to set a plus minus, but you could get a pretty good
Swagger.
swag with it. Yeah. Let's see. Joe Hurry 84 just says, "I hate Kiss." That's great.
You're friends with Quentin.
Let's see. Let's see. Running through the chat here, seeing what you guys are talking about. Oh, I'm way far behind here. Let's see. Wore out Slipknot's first album in high school.
Yeah.
Is that Boner Jams?
Joe Hart.
So Joe Hervey.
It's Joe Hurd.
Andy says Roy Clark was a monster player.
It's Brian Beesman.
Let's see. There we go. Jeff says, or Bent Tom says, Jeff Beck makes me cry. Yeah, those songs or those bands that just bring that emotion out of you. Who are they for you? Let's see. The 9/11 remix of Jules' Hands made me tear up, says Andy Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom says Eddie almost looked like the music was playing through him and he was just the conduit. And I think that's probably true. You know,
Yeah, he was along for the ride.
Just channeling.
Yep. EVH always smiling. That's what I always enjoyed. Just the joy that I saw he was having with the music that he was playing. Let's see what else is going on. Sean says, honestly, Laz's Albatross made me cry. For real. Let's see what else is going on.
That should be a, when I think of the Albatross, that should be a trivia question for a true Pink Floyd fan. How many times did you hear that effect on a Pink Floyd song? In a Pink Floyd song, should I say?
Which effect was that?
The Albatross, the
I
screaming seagulls.
I
Besides,
don't think he ever used that. I think it was a wah pedal hooked up backwards is what I read.
But there was another song he used it besides. What was the first album that he used it on?
It's probably on the wall somewhere.
Yeah, I believe it was on the wall.
Look, Mommy, there's an airplane up in the sky.
Yeah, Quentin.
Yeah, I can't place where he would have had something sounding like birds through any of that Pink Floyd stuff.
I think they used it to chalk the tires on the bus, right? They just put it on.
Don't want the bus rolling away.
Oh.
Nelson Rodriguez is here. Welcome in.
See you now.
And he's in fine health, I believe. So in case anybody was worried. Or Nelson, weren't you the one that Laz thought had, for some reason, passed away or something? Nelson Rodriguez is here and well.
He's alive! He's alive!
Let's see. Andy's got the dinner bell ringing. We'll see y'all later, or see him later.
All right, brother.
Take it easy.
Let's see.
Cheers.
Okay, now we're catching up. We got Lars Guitars is here.
What's up, brother,
guys?
man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Ryan says he was strong in the West Coast hip hop in high school because most of the kids in my class were into it.
Yep.
We did a bit of that last night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Coast
I don't.
versus East Coast and West Coast
If-
wins. Sorry, boys.
If the music is good, you know, there's just one genre that I will not listen to, and that's country. I just cannot get into it. Some of the arrangements might be pretty good, but I just can't get into that. But some of the rap and hip hop, I remember years ago in the 90s, there was a song that came out, and it was by Timberland and Magoo, and I forget the name of it. Love to Love You, I think it is. So if anybody's interested, I really kind of dig that song. You know, go listen to it later on YouTube. And it's just got this really, really cool groove to it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that one, but it would not be a song that you would think that I would listen to and like. So you might be surprised when you listen to it. Timberland and Magoo, Love to Love You. Let's see. Joe Hervey's listening to his gin and juice. That's Snoop, right? Let's see. What else is going on in the chat? We got Mitch Hammond is here. Welcome in, Mitch. Good to see you. Ryan says, also, it's hilarious to see lots of rap. YouTube is now having the hip hop is dead convo because of the lack of hits in 2023. Like Rock has been doing this the last 10 years. Welcome. Right? Papa Blue, welcome in, Papa Blue. Good to see you. He said Stevie Ray Vaughan was my absolute favorite guitar player. Right on. So he had the stuff that would make your hair stand up on your neck and give you the goosebumps, huh? Let's see. 1980 Ozzy Blizzard of Oz was it for me, says Ed.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Scott says he's anti-music. Okay. Tom is agreeing. Loves some Sweet Emotion. And same for me. That was the first one. Yep. Same thing. I went backwards and started listening. You know, I can remember, I think my introduction to Aerosmith actually was when they were on MTV with the Run DMC video with Walk This Way.
Right.
And I was like, that's very, very cool. Started kind of looking into it, heard Sweet Emotion. And yeah, I think that I remember that's the way that happened now.
I think mine was very similar. Same way.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was the Sweet Emotion at the fair because I played that song on the boat. When you get on that Viking ship that goes back and forth, and they were always playing that song.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Tom says he runs his H3000s into his SDE as well. Yep, that's the way that it was done, from what I remember. Harmonizer into the delay.
Well, delays are always last for the most part, right?
Yep. Delay and reverb, as I was always told, should be last.
Yeah.
Let's see. Papa Blue says, lately I've been getting into old music. Badfinger, Vanilla Fudge, Guess Who? Terry Kath from Chicago. What a great guitar player. Very cool.
Nice.
We have Guitar Man 45, Bo, joining us. Welcome in, man.
Nope. See you, brother.
You, how many new guitars have you gotten since the last show we had? Let us know.
Nice. Welcome.
Lars
You just got
Guitars.
Alex
I
Tyson.
shouldn't have that accident.
Yep. Lars Guitar says, Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance was my first show.
I think Quentin mentioned
my God.
first concert.
Awesome.
What was
I love
everyone's
that album.
first concert?
There we go. Yeah, topic change. Everybody's first concert. Mine was 1986. Raised on Radio, Journey.
Nice.
I was just a young lad. I was surprised that my parents let me go, but my older brother was going and he took me with him. And I still remember it like it was yesterday. Awesome. So what about you, R2?
Mine was 1988, No Rest for the Wicked tour with Ozzy and Anthrax.
That's a pretty good opener, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Seeing Zach Wilde, just up there with his leather pants with the bell bottoms, young dude. It's awesome.
I think the first one for me, and maybe it doesn't count, but I went with my dad to a state fair. We saw Johnny Cash, and it was killer. It was.
That's cool.
Johnny Cash at the state fair, huh?
Yep.
Cool. What about in the chat? What's everyone else's first concert that they went to? Let's see. Pluto TV, which is free. There's MTV channels that play music for free, something I'm using since MTV itself is dead. I never understood that. Why did they make a channel called Music Television, come out and start with videos, and then change to the real world?
Right.
Yeah.
Just
And then it just seems like that was just like the end of it. I guess it's all about their ratings, so I guess they saw the ratings change.
I think what started happening was the rock genre generation was kind of fading, and everyone's into dance music and different things, and started realizing drama and all this real life stuff going on was better than watching David Lee Roth doing flips and Eddie Van Halen hanging from a wire. Because that's what I remember when I was a kid. MTV, I'd run home from school at sixth grade just because I knew that it was at a cycle. I knew the moment. I knew I made it home on time when I heard that airplane for the Van Halen video.
Yeah, the Panama. Something like that, right?
Woo!
John's sitting there like, nope, that's not how that goes. Nope. And it doesn't go that way.
No,
May not be the way he played it, but that's fine. We're not above that.
I thought John was going to go run into the next room, and then I'd see him pick up the guitar.
My rig sounds so terrible that it's until I get it fixed, hopefully for the next Thursday show.
Yeah.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah. So Patrick says that his first for him was the Kiss Dynasty tour for his first concert.
Gotta be pretty.
Dynasty, wow.
Bent Tom says it's 1988 or 1991 Unlawful Carnal Knowledge tour. Scott, my first concert was Monsters of Rock in 1988. That would be an excellent first concert, I would think.
Scotty and I were actually at that concert together, but
At
we
the
didn't
same-
know each other back then.
right?
Yeah.
Really?
All Dave, all night is here. Welcome in, man. Good to see
Yo!
you. This first concert was Van Halen 1984. Older brother took me. I wanted to go to that so bad. So bad because that was, I was just getting into Van Halen and hearing their old stuff and listening to 1984 and I wanted to go to that so bad.
I wanted to go to that so bad. My brother said he was going to take me, and then he wound up going to the Marines. Dang.
Charles says early 1980s you got to see Bob Seger. That's cool.
Yeah, that was a good.
Turn the page, brother.
Let's see. Joe Hervey says Slayer, Hatebreed, and Arch Enemy. Were they all on the same bill for the same show?
Easy now. Easy.
Wow.
Find me up.
Brian Fraley says Ozfest 2001 Sabbath reunion. That was cool to see. Got me into Sabbath.
I was
Very cool.
there. Yeah. I saw that one.
Bo says his first concert was Kiss 76 Destroyer Tour, Detroit, Cabo Hall.
Woo!
Right on.
Damn.
I bet your Bo opened for them.
They had to borrow one of his guitars.
One of his Les Pauls.
Stephen Franklin says my sister took me to Bad Company. That was my first show.
Now
Very cool.
that's gotta be
That
cool,
was good.
man. Yeah.
Ferd Burfel saw for the first time 74 Beach Boys and REO Speedwagon outdoor
Wow.
concert in Joliet, Illinois.
Man, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
dude.
Patty
Probably-
says her
probably
first
smell
was
like
also
weed.
REO Speedwagon. Very cool.
Yeah, those concerts smell like weed.
All of them did back then. All of them. It was like as soon as the lights went off, you were like, "What was that smell?" 2001 Jägermeister Tour, Slayer, Hatebreed, Arch Enemy. Did I say that right?
Hatebreed, Arch Enemy, huh? Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Let's
one,
see.
man.
Well, maybe not.
I remember the Jägermeister tour, man.
It's supposed to be pronounced fuck Slayer. Right.
Fuck it. Yeah, you forgot the first couple syllables.
Ryan says MTV changing away from videos happened when they struck gold with Beavis and Butthead.
That killed Winger.
Oh man, oh man. Yeah, the whole reality TV thing just killed MTV. Thank you, Patty. Thumbs up for you too.
With the internet
Right on,
evolving
Patty.
the way it was, people were consuming their music videos differently, right? Because you could go pick the ones you wanted now on the internet, watch those, and not have to sit through Colgate commercials and all that other crap.
Colgate.
It says TRL was huge, and that was really the last blast for it. Streaming killed mainstream MTV off.
Video killed.
Radio star.
What was TRL? That was Total Request Live. Is that what that meant?
Yeah.
What was the dude that was on that? I had already
Nah,
pretty
I
much
can't
stopped
remember.
watching. But
Yeah. What was his name though? He was actually like I heard him interviewed on Howard Stern. He's quite an interesting, pretty deep dude. So because I always thought he was a douchebag when I saw him.
Graphite.
Mitch says, Ryan, can you, John, or R2R3 play banjo rolls on guitar? I'm trying to learn.
Wow.
I
Talking
don't know.
hybrid.
I can
No.
finger pick, man, but
No, the best I can do is what you guys hear me do with the
Ambient.
yeah, the ambient stuff. I can't do like
Zach
Like,
Wild and
he doesn't really do
Oh,
it.
no, he does that finger picking kind of picking.
Ian Thornley. Ian Thornley's a mother at that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just stands there with one hand. He's like, ding.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
any of
I
that.
do it on acoustic, kind of like the more finger
Roll 'em.
picking, clean style finger picking, no pick.
Yeah.
But electric, I don't know, I freeze.
You don't use your fingers as like a pick for legato stuff, right?
No, I tried. I tried.
I think
that's
the
an interesting thing though, because sorry, Ryan, if I cut you off.
no, good.
Because I took a break from playing for about 10 years when I had kids and a career and buying the house and all that stuff. When I came back into it, this was the rage, the hybrid thing, and it's like starting from scratch. And I tried it for about a month, and I just makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, when you go to a Guitar Center, you don't have a pick, and you don't want to ask anybody for a pick. You
Yeah.
start picking with your fingers and so forth, and trying to make it sound good. But I can't do what I see some players do, man. Whatever, like using the pick and hybrid picking, and using their index finger and middle finger. I'm like, man, wow, wow.
The most that I do with picking would be, something like Alice in Chains, Down in a Hole. So, or that kind of thing is
Yeah.
that's about the most kind of finger picking that I do. Still don't do it right, but that's about the best I've got.
Yeah, no, you have to do it with that, because if you're just kind of picking I don't know, it doesn't sound right? If you're using the pick.
I remember seeing that Bent Tom could do it. seem to remember him saying something about that.
Jump on in here, Bent Tom. Show us how that's done.
There you go.
Sean says, my mother and her boyfriend took me to Van Halen 5150 with BTO opened in Ohio and Richfield Coliseum near Cleveland. First concert. That's a pretty good one to see, Van Halen's 5150.
Wow.
Graphite and Cigar says, my first show was the Bark at the Moon tour. My older brother took me on a Friday night so I could see Jake E. Lee. He took me back to the Boston Garden the next night to see them a second time. That's right on, man. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Papa Blue says, Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild, 60s. I was 8-ish. I started guitar lessons to learn that song. Unfortunately, my parents disagreed, so no more guitar till Dad died when I was 19. Then all guitar.
Wow.
Let's see.
Born to be wild.
Little side conversation going on there.
Klaus Mein.
Lars Guitar says, so many great shows in here, first shows in here.
Yeah.
Joke Riddler says his first concert was Van Halen 2012 here in Texas. Right on.
Nice.
Mitch says, I think Johnny Winter was my first concert in early 70s at the Baltimore Civic Center.
Awesome.
So long ago you can't really remember, huh? Let's see. Zach says, my first concert was Paul Simon and the Beach Boys at the Molson's Amphitheater in Toronto. How old were you, Zach? Were you a year and a half?
Molson.
My favorite Van Halen concert from the Balance tour was from there, Molson Ampli.
That one's got video, right?
Yeah, the video. Al's kicks on it are just ridiculous. Like his drums. The video.
So Ryan says Alter Bridge and Mammoth are coming to the Illinois State Fair. I might go up for that. Very cool.
Nice.
So yeah. So another topic
Illinois.
shift. Another topic shift. What are some concerts you're looking forward to going to, or you have plans to go to?
Wow.
I haven't seen a concert since last Van Halen tour. I think it was 2012 that I saw them.
Right.
Kool and the Gang opened up for them, and yeah. So that was that was an interesting.
Swallow, man.
That was an interesting combination for sure. But Alice in Chains has been through, and I've wanted to get to see them. I just haven't been able to. But I think that would probably be the next show that I would try to see is if Alice in Chains came through. So, what about in the chat?
I'm not laughing at the. I'm not laughing at Kool and the Gang because I love Kool and the Gang. Kool and the Gang is cool, man. I say that every time I tell everybody at work. Relax, everybody. It's all Kool and the Gang, from Pulp Fiction. But man, wow, what a combo!
Yeah, it was definitely interesting for sure.
I'm going to see Peter Gabriel a couple of months here in Vancouver.
Right on.
And Tool's coming too, so I'm going to try. I never got to see those guys when I should have.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Wow. You know what I want to see after watching a video yesterday? I mentioned it earlier. Mr. Bungle.
Yeah.
I gotta see a Mr. Bungle show because when I heard those guys play, there's some great videos on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Dave Lombardo from Slayer on drums and Scott Ian on rhythm, and they got the album. And, wow, man, what a show!
That's probably in the category of underrated bands for sure.
It's a big time. Go check it out, everyone. You got to just see one video.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Talented musicians.
And in my site, I've got Steve Vai coming up August 15th. It's down at that crap hole rickshaw in our fabulous Lower East Side.
Now, do you have any VIP tickets where you can get some?
$80 for a normal ticket.
Oh,
it's $350 for a quick meet and greet, whatever. But for the full Evo experience, it's like a $500.
oh man.
Well, that's only like $200 American, though, right?
That's right. Yeah. I like Passion and Warfare very much. It's a great album, but not fucking $500.
Well, you sit around with them for an hour. You can talk to them. You can ask them questions. I mean, you can. It's up close and personal. I don't know if there's any catering. There should be for $500.
You can go live here on OUA 12. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Okay, if I do a quick interview,
Yeah.
To show us the correct way to play all those Van Halen songs, Ryan.
There we
with
go.
the first concert.
Bocephus Mode says first two were 86 Metallica opening for Ozzy and then 5150.
Yeah, man.
That's a good
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. Zach says we didn't have MTV. What we did have Waze called Match Music.
Much music.
Much Music. Okay.
And it was shit.
They had a Monday night. We were on
It wasn't that much.
George Strumos. I mean, there was some stuff, but it was always typical. But what the Canadians trying to do, what the American thing is,
Yeah.
but it's
So we got Headbangers Ball, and then
Trying to say this. Fucking much bullshit.
Killer Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Metal Queen.
Michael B calls out Dio Dream Evil with Megadeth. That's your first concert?
Was that one he's
Or one that you're going on to?
Oh, yeah.
with a Dio?
Right, go. Wait, Dio? Wait a minute. What is it, like hologram Dio?
Full stop there.
Joe says, don't laugh, but Magic Carpet Ride is my favorite song of all time.
Nothing wrong with that. That's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's cool. You can do that.
Let's see. What else is going on? Canadian Maple Leaf Van Halen guitar was cool. Where's that?
That sounds familiar.
Not even a little bit.
Sounds like a.
All Dave All Night says he's going to see Crowbar in New Orleans, Louisiana on July 28th.
That'd be
30th year
cool,
anniversary of their first album.
Wow,
Very cool.
that'd be cool.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
is Phil singing? Phil Anselmo? Wow,
yeah, he's busy with Pantera.
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, who's gonna sing?
Mr. Franklin says that Van Halen used to play Kool and the Gang back in the club days. So they were coming full circle, bringing them to open for them.
You know, I used to love hearing Van Halen play Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, man.
Yep, that was a good one.
It's easy top.
Yeah.
And the Rover, back in the old club days, the Rover by Zepp, when Ed played, he played it the right way.
Yeah.
Zach says he was 14 when he went to that concert. I do have a cool story about after the show. Well, type it in, man. Let's
Nice.
hear it. What was that you're talking about? Licks that, or songs that Eddie played of Led Zeppelin. I remember the. Well, they did "Only One Way to Rock" on Live Without a Net. But then there's that clip. There's that clip where he's doing the warm up and he played a riff, and I'm like, "What is that? That sounds fantastic!" And then I realized it was a Led Zeppelin song. I always thought that was so cool when I heard him doing that. I'm like, what is this? What is this?
How
And come
many
to
more
find out,
times?
it's Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Steve Franklin says Extreme when they come back to Massachusetts. He's going to try to check them out. You'll hear them do that Rise solo. I finally got to watch all of the Betancourt interview with Beato. It was pretty
you
good
think?
stuff. It was pretty
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
I really like
Pretty
the
good.
last 20 minutes where Nuno's like a kid in a candy store running through
Yeah.
all the guitar collection, right?
Yep. And it's funny too because they were like, "You remember this song that you did and you did this?" And he's like, "I can't remember." He was trying to play his own song and he's like, "I can't remember what I did." You know?
Right?
So I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mitch Hammond says, I saw the Beach Boys in Chicago opened up for them at the Capitol Center in Largo, Maryland around mid-70s.
Nice.
Ryan Hall has decided to join the group
What's
and
going on,
contribute
man?
to the conversations. Welcome in, Ryan. Good to see you.
Welcome, brother. Good to see you, man.
Nelson says he remembers much music. Does anyone remember The Box?
Yeah.
7 movie.
What's in the box?
It's that video. It's like a video request. You can send in your request. And
Oh, there he is. It was a call request video show.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Let's see. So here's Zach's story. He says, my uncle worked there at the time. He took me backstage. I walked by Paul Simon. Then we went up to his office doors, a Fender Strat in his office. He told me that guitar was Bryan Adams' guitar. Cool.
Yeah. Right on, man.
Let's
Back in the
see.
summer of '69.
Everybody's naming that riff. Ryan, what guitar is that you're playing right now? This is
We call it the Purple Mill.
the newest PV Wolfgang Special. Or not PV, the EVH. Why did I say PV? EVH Wolfgang Special with the gold hardware and the purple quilt.
Yeah. This is a PV, really?
PV it would be the HP.
You bought a PV?
I don't know why I said that. Sorry, EVH. You know, continue on with the sponsorship.
Yes, yes.
They were just about to send you the email. And,
Yeah. No.
So he
No. So no. All of this EVH gear is mine. It's my own. I've paid for it. So everything I say about it is my own opinion, and I am not endorsed by EVH
yeah.
yet. Let's see. Mitch Hammond saw Louis Armstrong in Atlantic City. I was like 9 or 10 in 65. Also saw B.B. King in 71 in the Ocean City. Pier Ballroom, but by the time I got in there, had finished playing. Louis Armstrong has some good stuff. Remember watching that movie, was it Sleepless in Seattle?
right. Yeah.
And he was on all over the soundtrack. Pretty good stuff. Fruitcake Tony says, curious, any of you guys play any bass?
Yep.
I have been known from time to time to pick up a bass, but not regularly.
I played in a gigging band bass for a while. It was fun.
Bo says, tried seeing Led Zeppelin, but the drummer went and died on him a month before the concert.
Right here, man. We're in the same. My brother bought the tickets. Here. Back then, in 1980, you were able to buy the tickets through the newspaper, the Chicago Sun-Times. And my brother, he bought them. He bought tickets. And my mom made him buy a ticket for me because they had to work, and you can't leave your brother at home by himself. So guess what? Yeah, I'm going to go see Led Zeppelin. And then my brother's like, yeah, John Bonham died.
Not so much.
And he made the mistake of, because my mom made him, returning the tickets for full refund. That'd have been cool if he would have kept the tickets.
Mr. Franklin is asking if anyone has ordered the box set for the 40th anniversary of Starfleet Project. I have not. I
No.
was seeing an article that this was all passed through Alex for authorization. And was this considered some type of a tribute, or was there a tribute concert that they were going to do with this Starfleet Project? I don't have any
Yeah, I don't know.
information on that. Does anybody know?
Don't know.
GNC says, I was introduced to B.B. King by Ted Nugent. Then after I met B.B., I fell down the stairs and his security monster saved my life.
What the?
Is that a true story? Wow.
I don't mean to laugh at you, man, but
Let's see what else is happening in here. Dan Gorman is shouting out, hey, everybody, how are you?
good to see you, Dan. Welcome back again.
Bo says he saw B.B. King in the late 80s.
That's cool.
Ryan says, it seems like EVH could be a little more aggressive on social media promotion, like maybe getting a Johnny Bean or someone that like that guitars for YouTube evaluations early. Well, I know that there's different EVH supported YouTubers that are out there. I know Johnny Bean is not one of them. I think that Caleb is sponsored by EVH.
Caleb is one. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's others that get Cameron. What's his name? Cameron Cooper. He used to be. I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anything EVH that I've got, I like it, so I put it up and review it.
I could be wrong, Cameron Brown, but Cameron Brown is with Sur now. So
That's right. Yeah.
Bent Tom says he met Nuno 3 times. He's a humble guy. He seemed like it pretty much through that interview.
How many F-bombs, though?
Lots. How many when Tom met him?
Right.
Zach says, awesome gear you have. Is that what makes you want to pick up your guitar and play them? That's all that really matters. Just the love of music, man. The love in the way that it sounds. And it doesn't hurt to have a freaking wall of sound back there. So, yeah, definitely inspirational to continue to pick it up.
And what makes you want to play is when you haven't played for a while. Like, I'll speak for myself. You go to work all week and you haven't picked up a guitar, and when you pick it up, it feels so good, man. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Scott says, I have to be honest, the Star guitar looks stupid AF with a Dano neck on it.
It's
one of those that you either love it or you hate it, I guess.
Yeah.
Might take some getting used to, but time will tell.
He's only like 5'4". Who is that, Nuno?
Right, Nuno?
Super short?
Just a gaffer.
You ever notice that those guitar players are just phenomenal? You know, like Randy Rhoads and Eddie Van Halen. You see the guitars are huge and they're like so short. Angus Young, you see Angus Young, his SG is like as tall as him, you know?
Well, see, there's a story with Angus, and he talked about how the SG is the guitar that he plays because it was the only one that was small enough for him to get his little bitty hands around. He says even then it's difficult for him, but that was the smallest guitar that he could actually feel comfortable playing.
But it fits him.
Yeah.
It's just, you're so used to seeing him with it.
Mm-hmm.
You picture him with a Les Paul?
No.
Or an Explorer?
No. Mitch says, best concert I went to, AC/DC, BTO, and Johnny Winter.
Break me some Johnny Winter.
Didn't we lose him not too long ago?
I think so.
Johnny Winter? Yeah.
Stephen Franklin went to school with Nuno. Was that in Massachusetts somewhere, wasn't it? So here's the story. GNC says, so I talked to BB for a moment. He shook my hand, which has never been washed. And I was escorted to the stairs to the exit. I tripped on some wires, and down this giant set of steel steps I went. Well, that sucks.
My shoe.
Who was the guitar player that was coming up some steel stairs and got electrocuted? Was that Ace? Ace Frehley?
Not familiar.
Anybody in the chat know that story? I think that was actually was that a question on Fruitcake Tony's Trivia? Tony, maybe you know that. Who was that?
I ain't telling. That's a big question for next week.
All right. Speaking of Tony, he says he's digging the new no stripe Frank relic. I'm liking that black one.
Black on black, yeah.
Yeah. Mitch says he regrets never seeing EVH and Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was one that was on my bucket list, but obviously there's no way.
Yeah.
I think they did a reunion, but they stayed over across the pond. I don't think they ever did anything over here when I was an age that I could go to it.
Yep.
Scott says Randy Rhodes' V was bigger than he was. Yep.
There's that one picture where Ozzy's picking him up, right?
Mm-hmm. So here's the continuation of his story. BB's security dude caught me before my face got smashed into the steel steps and just held me over them like I was paper. What a day. Tom says the real weird thing is he never knew Nuno is super short, but he has massive fingers.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Ryan says a lot of great guitar players do not have big hands.
I gave you some blurry.
Joe says he's thinking that it was Ace. All Day, All Night says Ace Frehley. Shock Me. Patrick says Ace, yes. That's where Shock Me came from. Okay. Bo says now first time seeing AC/DC was 79 with Bon Scott. They opened for Aerosmith. Michael B's answering yes, then he wrote Shock Me. Ace was walking down and got shocked. He wrote Shock Me. Now, here we go. Tony is following it up with location and year. So it was Ace in Lakeland, Florida in 1976.
Date and time, Tony. Right?
Scott Brockway says, I like Ryan's Big Purple. Hey now.
Hey now.
That's the one I'd want. Right on.
All about it.
Ryan Hall says, I've been electrocuted before.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Electrician. I've been zapped a few times.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
It is. It's a shocking experience, to say the least.
Hey now.
Altering experience.
I read a study where they say that permanently changes the way your brain chemistry works. The first time you get shocked, it kind of resets a certain few programs in the way of bioelectricity. I mean, 110, if I'm not grounded, I can hold the leg. You know, as long as you're not touching anything.
There we go. That's the next question. Next question in the chat. What was the first time you were electrocuted? I'll tell you the first time I was electrocuted. I was in third grade, and my teacher told me to set up the film projector. Remember the film projector? Everybody watch a movie on the film. And I had to go unwind the cord, and I went to go plug it in, and I didn't know that one of the prongs was kind of bent, and I couldn't put it in the outlet, so I went to go straighten it out, and I couldn't fit it in all the way, and I couldn't pull it out, and I stuck my fingers like this.
Yep.
Three fingers, my thumb, my index, and my middle finger, right in there to pull it out. And at the same time, my teacher was going, tick, 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 tick. And I felt that, and I made the sound. I was like, and my friends thought I was joking. I was going, and she kept on doing it, and I couldn't let go. And then finally she stopped, and I was just like, I got electrocuted. I went home and told my dad, and I go, Dad, I feel like I cooked my heart. My heart feels weird. So when you said your brain resets, man, I think I reset my heart, man.
Kickstart my heart. See, that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. I would prefer to get shocked by a higher voltage than a lower voltage, because a higher voltage will knock you off of it.
Yeah, you're right. Here,
Right.
it's like you're stuck to it.
Lower
man.
voltage, it convulses your muscles, and you're held onto it, and you can't
I was
let
held
go.
onto it, but
Yeah.
her going.
I personally prefer to get shocked by no electricity. Personally.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between DC and AC.
Yeah, you don't want DC. You don't want DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC will knock you and put you 6 feet under quick.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah. Let's see.
Sorry, Kevin.
Tony says, if that's the case, I need to get zapped. Yeah.
No, don't try this at home. Just saying.
Yeah. Disclaimer here.
Ryan says he almost got hit by lightning once. I think once would be all it would take, right?
That would definitely change your life.
There we go. Graphite Scars says same thing. 220 volt will throw you, 110 holds you, and it it hurts if you can't get away. Yeah, it will kill you
Well,
if
you
you
need to
cannot
have
get
a
off
broom
of it.
or something so you can push your buddy off the thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, don't touch your friend on the shoulder and go, hey.
Yeah, don't kick him or anything. Yeah, you got to get something.
You need to push through.
Nelson says, love all my EVH stuff, but are they digging deep on the Star? I like the Snake and Dragon guitar and the Star and Explorer, but this guitar really reminds me of Akira from Loudness, the ESP,
Yeah, the ESP
Random
yeah,
Star.
well,
Rock and
I
roll
mean-
crazy night.
I mean, how many brands the ESP done it? Has done it. EVH, of course. Kramer called the Voyager, right? I mean, but I, from my understanding, the Voyager made the access a little bit better for the higher register. I don't know. I changed it a little bit.
We were talking about that during our last team meeting. That Tracy Gunn's Voyager guitar.
Right, the Kramer. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Kramer headstock. Yeah, the flame, Ghost Flames. Caleb played it there.
Yeah. I kind of dig those.
It says, I got hit before with 110 volt. No big deal.
Yeah.
I also lost all speech.
Yeah. I also.
Yeah.
What's up, Ed?
We when I was
Ed's lurking.
when I was
Wait a minute. Steve Franklin, I love this comment. You dumb bastard. Just kidding, R2R3. Get a Roadcaster. Love you.
That's John
Well,
DeShane's troll account there. Then
It's just random.
it sounded
out of the
good.
blue
No, it
there.
didn't. You
Yeah.
motherfucker. Sounded great. Just listen to the replay now.
That sounded great. When's your next performance, R2?
Yeah. Let me finish. Yeah. Well, let's take a poll.
Is there a
Yeah.
rush?
No.
He's going to play Rush? What?
What?
Let's start a poll. What are the options here?
Wait, what's going on here?
Should R2 play now or later?
Well,
Yes, no,
according to Stephen Franklin, I gotta go. I guess I gotta wait for a Roadcaster. Fuck.
So you
Thought he
got
was-
your you
Thought
got
he was
your
my homie.
three options there.
Yeah, listen to the replay. Never mind, dude.
So that's right. Steve Franklin said he was going to be in and out. Maybe he didn't catch the
He
intro
didn't
to the
catch
show.
it. He probably watched it and he went like, "What the hell is that?"
Right?
You know. And the weird thing is too, I looked at my my interface and I had the wrong setting on there when I played it, and I went, "Oh, dude." I don't know if it made a difference, but I hope it sounded.
It sounded better than anything you have tried before. So we were like, yeah.
No. What I'm afraid of is like it's gonna sound like that one time where I'm like, guys, check this out, and we're like, yeah, all we're hearing is your DI. So if I your direct input, man.
Guitar Man 45 says best shocks are when you're barefoot on concrete trying to play guitar. No. The best shock is when you're on stage and you got your guitar in your hand and you walk up to the microphone and you do this and it shocks you on the lip. That hurts. I was like, oh.
You know what the really cool thing about having active pickups, EMGs, is not getting electrocuted from your
For the fishermen,
microphone.
yeah.
Because we would play some shady clubs in Chicago, and I would look over at my bass player, and we would play backup vocals, but nothing big. But every once in a while, do a line here and there, not that kind of line. Yeah. And then I look at my bass. I look at my bass player, and he'd be playing. He'd go up to the microphone, and I could see him going.
Right?
and he gets zapped, and I'm like, what the hell was that? And he's like, man, I gotta get some active pickups or something, man. I'm like, because I would tell him the EMGs would prevent that.
Shield you. Yeah.
Yep.
Just a polarity issue, isn't it? You just
It's a rounding issue.
Yeah.
Stephen Franklin says, I saw it. I wanted the solo.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
you know, Stephen, we follow that rule of you got to keep them wanting more.
That's
know,
why
so-
I did that, man.
Just a little bit, a little taste. You know, this one's free, man. This one's free.
for those who watch my channel, I did the video. On my channel, and
This is 2 or 3 months in the making. He's we've got audio. That's good.
and
That's it.
here's
Job completed.
here's the solo to Out of Love. Just you guys can see that, you know, just amazing, man. Just because I can't see, I had to go, but I gotta leave you guys hanging.
Graphite and Cigar says, normally I'm a IDGAF guy. This time is now. So
Nice. Well, you're in for a treat. too.
GNC has spoken.
All right, well,
So
okay.
let's
Let me go grab a quick beverage real quick so that.
Yeah. Get your lubrication on. 81%
Yep.
for now. So yeah.
Steve Franklin says, I'll check it out on your channel. Jay is waiting. He's like, oh snap.
Yeah.
Oh
Archie's
man,
gonna
Jay's
play.
here. Oh man, the pressure's
The
on.
pressure is on now.
I didn't know he was still here.
Let's see what everybody's saying. in the
Well,
poll.
now that Jay's here, I think I'm gonna have to postpone this to the next week.
Okay, so it is a unanimous 81% says now. And
Oh,
that's
snap.
28 votes. We got 34 watching. There's no way either
Let me go
can
grab
do
my
it.
guitar.
So we got to end the poll. And you got to play now.
Yep. See if you had whiskey.
I'll get a little hold to hold everybody over till he gets back.
Throw down some of those hearts. What happened with that? We used to have the little hearty thing on the computers, but now it's just back to being only on the phone.
No, it's still over on the computer for me.
I guess maybe it's because I'm on this Windows XP fucking laptop.
All right. Without any further ado, we have Mr. R2, R3 with his second
Oh my
OU812
gosh.
channel guitar
Woo.
debut. Live. Without a net. We are here. Ready to go. Anytime today.
So a quick intro to this. I was telling the boys back in the green room that yesterday I was working hard, and I came home and I was watching some videos and I watched Mr. Bungle. For those who don't know who that is, that's the band that Mike Patton from Faith No More had. And currently he has Dave Lombardo as a drummer and Scott Ian as a rhythm guitar player. And the bass player and lead guitar player are his normal guitar or band members. But anyways, they were playing a song and it influenced me to play this song that I'm going to play for you guys, because I was just like, dude, I haven't played this song since the 90s. That's how old this song is. And let me play it. Let me just shut up and just play it. Here we go.
What happened? Fucking killer, dude. I love that. What is your audio doing? Is that us? I guess it's all right. Woo! There we are. Smoking, brother. Fucking bravo.
Yeah. Wow.
Can we hear Ryan?
Goofed up a couple of times, but there you go.
Playing live, buddy. That's
all
the way it
good,
goes.
man.
Awesome. Killer.
Hope that sounded good.
It sounded great.
Fan-freaking-tastic, my friend. Good song choice, too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Get Ryan back in the mix here.
He's muted on StreamYard. I don't know if he knows.
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was just saying that everybody check out R2's channel. It's in the Nightbot's got it in the chat there. So a lot of good comments in the chat. You playing?
Thank you.
That was awesome stuff.
Thank you, everybody.
Well done, my
Graphite
friend.
Cigar says, so glad the show is now complete. Yep, we can end for the day now. I think he's talking about complete as far as everybody on the panel's got the guitar tones going and ready to go.
I still gotta move all this shit back to the tone shack.
You got a standing ovation from Ed, just destroyed everything in my living room moshing.
Awesome.
And see, that's what's great about, you know, the diversity we've got here. You know, I'm big into the Van Halen and Pink Floyd, and you're big into the drop and chugging stuff and
Yeah,
good stuff, man.
Joe Hervey asked if that was E flat. Actually, it's one whole step down, so it's in
D standard.
D standard.
D standard. Very cool.
So heavy.
Very good, man. Killed it.
Bent Tom's commenting on that rhythm. Bird Burfel says, my wife was walking behind me when you started. Damn, that's noisy.
Yeah.
What is that? If it's too loud, you're too old.
Outside of piano.
Scott Brockway says, has Trev played yet? Not today, but he has before. So
Pretty
he's
sure.
kind of a little out of sorts, not in the Tone Shack today. So
We've been playing plenty through the Marshall Outdoors, but it doesn't transpose well through echo cancellation and a webcam microphone. So we're keeping her down for now.
Just
the chuggity chug chug.
chuggity.
Yeah, man. But doesn't that, even if you're not into Sepultura, doesn't that song just
Yeah. It's the rhythm. It's those drums. man.
It's the drums, man. When you hear those drums, it's like. Dun, dun, dun.
When I
GNC's.
rip your clothes off and start dancing around a fire.
It's a toe tap.
GNC says your attack is great.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You got the 3 horns from
Thank
Jay.
you, Jay. Oh, you know what? Jay made me nervous, and you know you're your own worst critic, and you know you messed up in some parts, and the drummer is supposed to keep you in line, but man, Max Cavalera, which Ryan has posted and put a picture of me saying that I look just like the Cavalera brothers from
They're
Sepultura.
your triplets that were separated at birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Scott says Inner Self is my favorite
Oh, love it.
Sepultura song.
Oh yeah.
So good. I mean, Roots and Radamatan and stuff. They got a lot of good songs, man.
Yeah, Trev knows what I'm talking about. I knew Trev would be. I thought Trev was going to start throwing John around and start.
Man, it was so
thrashing.
close to watching.
Stephen Franklin said your right picking hand, sickly good, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I had to put my my 5150 wristband on to get that wrist going.
I thought that was just to keep the sweat off your hand.
Yeah, that's it.
Scott Rockway says, "We shall arise."
Yeah.
Is that another song they've got?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Rise is a great album from Sepultura. Oh yeah, man, we're going way back.
Nice.
Stephen Franklin, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I hope that one made up for the first one.
What was wrong with the first one? Oh, you didn't
didn't
do the
get the
solo.
That's the tease. Keep coming back from home.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, I think that was a great show today.
Yeah, man.
Awesome to see that R2 is finally up and running. Big thumbs up in the chat for R2 today. Man, that was awesome.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I
like
told Ryan. I told Ryan in our WhatsApp that if this doesn't work, I quit.
And I said, "Do you promise?" No, man, it sounded great. Sounded great.
Appreciate it.
So we appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us. Next show will be a brief one. It will be, like I said earlier, Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'm on vacation next week, so you might see some other stuff popping up. I might, you never know. You never know what we're going to do around here. It's always a spur of the moment, last minute. So we'll see what happens. So next show will be 1 hour before Fruitcake Tony's. So we'll get everybody primed and ready for Fruitcake Tony's show. So we'll see everybody then. And then obviously after that, our normally scheduled program for Trans Trim Thursday. We'll be back on that. And maybe some stuff in between. Who knows? So appreciate everybody coming out. See us today. Fruitcake Tony, Zach Thong, Joe Hervey, Ryan Hall, Ed, Mitch, Bent Tom, Michael B. Live, Stephen Franklin. Let's see who else we got here at the end. Scott Brockway. Everybody. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Again, we are on the road to 1,000 subs. Right now, I'm still showing we're at 918. Anybody that you know is loving guitar music, would be interested in our channel, please like, share, let them know about us, and help us build up the channel. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for all you people in the chat. We love you.
We're coming, man. It's close.
What's that? 1,000 is going to be here before you know it. Yep.
And now that I play live, we're going to make it to 1,000.
Hell yeah.
There you go. All right, well, hang on. We got one of my my good melodic solos coming up here. I think this is where it comes in.
Let's go! Where's the solo?
It's coming. This is the part of the song that I was really upset about. I wanted to have Jet Fighter Chatter right here instead of this whatever mess that got mixed in without my knowledge.
That's Darth Vader?
Here we go. All right. Enough of tooting my own horn there.
Yeah, that's
Appreciate
cool, dude.
everybody coming out again. Thank you. We will see everybody next time. And don't forget. Turn that off. Don't forget. Tuesday, Thursday, and also don't forget.
Eddie Van Halen here. I'm telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man.
Love you,
Keep
brother.
playing. All right? I'm going to come looking for you if you don't.
Catch everybody next time. We'll see you.